business idea. What is your problem that you're solving? What problem are you specifically solving? Then we'll look at your solution. What makes you think that your solution is capable of solving this problem? Can you build what you say that you build? Third, we look at your insight. What special knowledge do you have? You and your team members, what do you have that makes you believe that you can actually take this car from where it is to where you want it to go? Probably a member of your team is Elon Musk. We'll say, great, we invest. Do you understand? But you look at your team and there's no one in the team that has any specialized knowledge, okay? Nobody has any outstanding accomplishments elsewhere before. Then we begin to doubt if you can actually deliver on what you said that you'll do. And lastly, we look at what we call market monopoly. Can you have some kind of monopoly in your chosen market and probably become a category king? Because as a startup, we expect that you grow quickly. So can there be some element of monopoly such that if you launch this product or you start scaling this product and probably the Dangotes and the Tenio Luminous begin to bring their sacks of money, can they run you out of business? How can you sustain your project if big players come to share, demand their own share of the capital? So among many other things, these are the 4 things that we want to look out for before we make that decision. And finally, bonus, if we see that some other VCs have made some type of investment or you have had an access to some kind of grant at any point, then it makes us to have that confidence that someone else has looked at what you're doing and he has rated you and he has somehow decided to buy into the risk, and we want to share in those risks as well.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope you guys are taking note, especially startup founders, because I know quite a number of startup founders who are here. Take note so that when you go to other verse, you will not be biting your tongue. They ask you, where are you? And I'll be saying, we are coming. Please take notes. Mr. Charles, I know Convexity has funded quite a number of projects. I know AeroPay and 2 other projects. By and large, sir, what have you seen with these startups? And what advice would you give startups who are here and who are watching us online on what not to do? What to do when they come for funding? Based on your experience, sir.
Hello, everybody. Good day. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So thank you for having me. So at Convexity, we've actually invested in a couple of projects. We have some others which I don't think I want to disclose right now. So we have seen of startups that have come to us. One of the things that is rejigging their business model, because this you put in blockchain into your solution, then investors will come running. 2018 and maybe early 19 or so, you can what investors look at, especially us, is a business model, and fail to understand is your paperwork is most of the startups or most of the solutions we had reasons to come back and rejig the business model and with the customer. So as a startup or as VP, aside getting traction to a certain level, you have that interaction with your would-be customers or client. They will definitely lead to you rejigging world and public. So that was one thing I will take home. Then for especially those that I know some people are not comfortable anytime I ask them, do you really need blockchain, integrating blockchain in your solution? And it seems blockchain or anti, you need to ask yourself, do you really need to, right? If there's no need for it, then there's already this integrating a blockchain can maybe the
Mr. Charles, we can barely grasp what you're saying because this is actually another problem that needs a solution. Somebody has to build something that when you are at a conference and it's a live program, it doesn't break like this. So think about that. So, sir, we are having a challenge hearing you. It's breaking. But what you will do is, can you put that in words, send to me, or any of us, send to me. I'll say what you have for us, please. We barely are hearing you. Mr. Brian, sir, I'll go back to you, sir. Which is more attractive to investors or VCs? Which is more attractive, taking equity or taking token for blockchain startups, or both? Which is more attractive that when you offer, they know you mean business? You have 2 minutes, sir. And after you, I want Chuta from Adaverse to still say something on that. He has 1 minute. So quickly, sir.
All right, thank you very much. The world moves forward every day. So apparently, everything is being tokenized. But there are people who wouldn't believe in that immediately. But if you look at the market, when I looked at the information, it's quite a growing market, meaning people are responding to that. And it's not difficult to understand. You have liquidity, it's programmable, and all of that. So I do think that taking token is quite attractive, and there is evidence to that effect. The numbers are growing, and I think it's going to keep growing. Thank you.
So are you saying equity or both?
Yeah, so I'm saying that right now, the world is at a place where there is still a mixture of that. Okay. See? But as we move forward, you're going to notice that token is going to be more attractive because it's a redefinition. It's more valuable, actually. It's taking away most of the limitations of just having equity. So you can expect that more people will be attracted to it as we move forward. That's a given, really.
Okay. Mr. Chuda.
Okay, so there are some startups that also operate in blockchain space and they don't issue tokens. Okay? And I would like to, maybe your founder here, you have to understand that you must not issue a token for your project, except there is need for it. So don't issue token for the sake of issuing token, because even if you issue it and you think you're very smart and you're going to give the investors some millions or billions of the token in exchange for hard cash, it's not going to work because everything is normally vetted. So it's not really a question of which one is better. It's after analyzing what you're building and looking at your tokenomics. Tokenomics is the science of understanding what are the underlying values that govern the token of your protocol. So when we, look at all that and we come to the conclusion that if this type of project eventually issues a token will actually do well. Then token will come in as one of the negotiating instruments for giving you access to fund.
So, sir, sorry to cut you, if I'm a startup and I have issued tokens, at Adaverse, what do you guys prefer? And based on your experience in this space, do VCs always take the both? Or do they just go, okay, no, I want equity or I want tokens? What do you guys take?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain. Um, VCs don't rush to take tokens because you could end up with shit token. Do you understand? You know shit token, right? You don't want to hold a bag that has nothing inside. Okay, so it depends. So first of all, we look at the tokenomics of the project. Then that will form the basis of even accepting to negotiate based on your token. But every VC want a share of the company if that company is sincere. But I want to say one more thing. Even in the VC space, there are also scammers. Do you understand? Yeah, you have to be careful with that. There are VCs that want to get into your project, take your token, and give you funds, and dump you. Do you understand? Because the token becomes the easiest exit strategy for them to recoup their money with a lot of interest without waiting for you to grow. So they just wait for you to list that token. Once the token does 10x, they pull out their funds and your token dumps and they move to the next project.
Thank you so much. So startup founders always take note. There are also scammers in the space who come as investors. Now, Charles, please, can you send us a text? You sent a voice note. Send us a text on what you have to say. I'll just read it out. Mr. Bello, sir, you've been in this space for some time, especially I know you are a pan-Nigeria, you play across Nigeria, but so far, what do you see about the landscape in the north concerning access to funding? Do we have a lot of projects coming up who need funding and not able to access funding? What's your take generally around startups, funding, and ability to access quick funding from that side?
Okay. Well, there is so much difference between here and there. The mindset, the people actually are the platform for this kind of idea to be showcased is not there. And I don't want to say much about that, but that's the plain truth. We have brilliant guys. We have good guys. They are genius. But the platform for them to try, to showcase, to come up with this kind of idea that will change the world actually is not there. And it's so unfortunate, and I'm saying this with regret, but I'm not happy to say that. But I'll talk to you guys.
But you guys have been doing a lot.
We have been doing a lot.
Yes, I noticed the Abuja people, I noticed you guys have a lot to do with convexity. What's happening? Are we seeing, because it's important that we see this innovation also coming from there. Every part is pushing it. I'm seeing quite a number of people. What are you guys doing to make sure?
Mention of convexity from Abuja, I think we have seen it as oasis. They have come to rescue us. In fact, that is how we quickly rush anywhere we are having an idea. Convexity has provided the platform for all of us, and we have seen them as our greatest VCs whenever it comes to blockchain and digitalization at all. In that regard, it is the culture, the people, and the mindset that differs. And we have actually been working very hard to see that, okay, we, the little one that we are coming up, we are doing a lot more to provide, because we have become a source of inspiration to people, and we are trying to see how we are coming to have like this kind of synergy, a kind of partnership, collaboration with the people here, people in Abuja, especially the Convexity and other blockchain startups that are out there, so that we will be able to partner and make the whole Nigeria a very proud place.
Thank you so much. One of the things I like about Bello and his northern crew is that they are up and doing, they are building a lot of stuff, you know. and there's a large market, untapped market there.
The good thing about it is any startup from Lagos, the moment they get one or two influencers from Kano, I think they get up to like 200,000 new subscribers every day. That's to tell you that the market is over there. If you have a startup here, when I saw the booth out there, I saw a lot of companies. If you want to expose your product, to see that the next morning you have 1 million subscribers, your app is downloaded 1 million times, please come to Kano and get 1 or 2 subscribers. I guarantee you this. Because do you know one thing? We make babies. We have a lot of people there and they are waiting. Yes, that we are proud to say that anything that has to do with this world, the people from America, they don't make babies. Come to Nigeria, we'll make Nigeria what it is. And we want to harness, we want to use its full potentiality. People are coming and they have taken blockchain as a source or alternative source of income. And if you come with any of your innovations, come to Kano, come to the northern part of Nigeria. I'm telling you, you are going to make a great sales and you are going to get bigger visas from the west.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for him. What he said is very true because I'm also a Kano man. You know, I was born in Kano. I speak Hausa. Balam ko ba haka ba?
Haka ne.
Aha, you see? So he's my brother actually. So, Tutor, sir, you have 2 minutes, please. What are the risks associated with startup investment by investors? You just give us 2 minutes, then Mr. Brian will also wrap up with 2 minutes, and Bello 2 minutes, so that we can entertain questions. What are the challenges that you guys are facing? I know some people say that a lot of times that VCs lose money, and I've come across some startup founders who are even happy that they are just spending the money, you know. And I'm like, why is your burn rate too high? You're spending, you have $200,000. You're burning $40,000 every month. You're not sure that when you finish burning it by the 5th month, you're going to get extra money. And they're happy burning it. So what are the risks that you guys experience based on experience, on the projects that you have funded so far?
Okay, so that's why we have an accelerator environment, because we understand that a lot of startups, they are very good at coming up with ideas of what they want to build, and sometimes they may even have the skill set to build them, but most of them don't know the business aspect of running those kind of startups. So we created an accelerator environment where you come in and you get to pass through business education. It's like enrolling at the Lagos Business School, and you're exposed to accounting procedures, administration procedures, and the role of marketing, sales, and how to properly define and project your business and all that. So, because no matter how good your idea is, if you are not positioning your business properly, or you are not communicating properly, or you're not running it properly, that business may likely collapse. So we find that lack of the skill set to run business is one of the major challenges that we normally face. And of course, there are blockchain startups that have an idea of what they want to build, but they don't have the skills within their team, or they cannot hire the requisite skills because of the high cost that are involved in hiring foreign developers to build out. And that's where Adavas comes in, because we not only fund, we also provide technical skills and capacity to help those project teams to deliver on what their startup promises are.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to add to something. You see, from the point of view of the investors, that's the venture capitalists, that is how money works. You must lose something before you be able to get something. They have good plans. Let's assume $1 million. To us, with our devalued currency, 750 million naira is big money. But to them, $1 million is something that they can just play with. And this is how you will be able to select the best among you. If you are able, for example, to spend $1 million to be able to identify, that is how they did it during our WAEC when we were young. They had the way to score us. And the B1, B2 visa, if they sum of all your results and you are able to get at least 9, maybe A1, 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 that is how they selected the genius among us. As a venture capitalist, when if you want to run a business, it's like you have a car, a very beautifully designed car, but if you don't have petrol, that car is not going to go anywhere. Consider that petrol as money. Money moves the company from one point to another. I will be able to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on you just to identify which of the business that is going to be a $1 billion business in the next 5 years. I will be able to take that risk. So for me to risk out $1 million, for me to have a business that I will initially invest $200,000 and later it will transform to a $5 billion company, is something worth doing. And that is how they are able to identify. Don't see that money as being wasted. No, they print the money. Do you understand? Money is printable. So don't take it as anything. Intellectual property matters. How you're in your own DNA, what God has coded in your own DNA to identify you as a human being. He has given you your own God-given talent. That is the most important. It's by far better than money. So don't compare your own self. This money is money. They will keep printing it and they will continue to invest in us. Thank you.
So founders, just keep burning the money. They will keep printing
Burn
for
the
you.
money, please. They will give you more.
That's what he has said. I didn't say so. Mr. Brian.
Okay. Sorry. Before then,
You have 2 minutes, sir.
Just a minute.
Okay.
There is one thing I will leave you with, and this is there is problem everywhere in the world, but money is not the problem. Money, they are numbers. Numbers are endless. They always keep printing money. Just try to get your own share and impact positively on your people and change Nigeria to make it the giant of Africa. Thank you.
Mr. Brian, you have 2 minutes. Just in a nutshell, just let us know your heartbeat about startup and the risk involved. 2 minutes, sir, so that we can get questions.
All right, thank you very much. Apparently, you know that succeeding in whatever it is depends on your ability to manage complexities. And the environment is not going to just be wonderful. And so investors have a problem because of what my brother identified when people lack the skills, because beyond having technical skills, you need business skills. There are other kind of skills you need. And you need what is called a compelling advantage. And that will only come from a clear understanding of what is called strategy. Something many people talk about, something many people are confused about. Because it is reduced to plan, it is reduced to a lot of things. And strategy is not a plan. It is actually how you are able to differentiate yourself in environments. So a venture capitalist, an investor, will face risk when he or she invests in a business where the people who are leading lack the capacity to manage the complexities. And I mean, that's a given, whether it is blockchain or whatever it is, that's what it is. So if you want to get the attention of investors, and if you want them to keep coming, you need a clear understanding of what you are doing. You need to understand how you want to leverage whatever technology is available to solve problems. And you have to demonstrate mastery of strategy. You see, we can't overemphasize the importance of a clear understanding of, okay, it's like my time is up, right? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brian. So from our panelist who joined online, there is something he wants to tell us. At Convexity, what they literally look out for is the business model, first of all. And when they look at the business model, most times they rejig the business model so that such model to market experience, which, and so, sorry, let me take this again. The easiest way to eat from the two sides of raising fund as a VC is via equity and token will be to use a token generation system for investors. That is, your token can be minted out on a certain period of time without allowing them to dump your token. What it means is, vested, having the tokens vested in the smart contract so that both the investors and the project owners, they get monthly releases over a certain period of time so that the investors don't dump your token, and so also that the project owners don't dump the tokens on the investors. Then lastly from him, he said most times when they get projects, they rejig it. So one of the things we'll do now is to take just 3 questions. Who has a question to ask? Some of these guys are actually VCs. If you have a question, you're a startup founder, just ask your question so we can close this segment. Any questions? If there are no questions, Chike, you have a question? Okay.
Okay. Good day, sir. Good day, everyone. If I'm a startup and I've done my own work, everything you guys said was very nice. What channels? Who do I talk to and show my business I have built already? You talked about the guy on the screen, I've forgotten the company's name. That's one of them. What other channels are open, not just to people in the blockchain space, other technologies and other startups? Thank you very much.
Mr. Chuta, where do startups go to generally to look for funding? Where will they go and exhibit themselves?
Okay, there are platforms online that you can actually go to, and you see the VCs and the areas that they are interested in investing in. So it's possible if you really want to narrow your search. When you do intelligent Google search, you'll be able to find those platforms where you can go and do that. I don't want to start mentioning platforms, but if you're here and you are building anything in technology space, whether it's blockchain or not, and you have an idea, you want to go to adaverse.co, or you can send your pitch deck to me directly at tutor@adaverse.co, and I will automatically escalate your application and you start talking to the team. So that's it.
Yeah. I wanted to just establish a very fundamental issue, which, of course, you guys would help us answer. I am not a speaker now, I'm a participant. So there is a challenge. The challenge is I am a startup without traction, right? And I have validated my idea. How will you advise, or what do you think VCs should do to be able to help me launch? Possibly, what's the best avenue for pre-cash so that I will be able to, 1, take my products out, 2, to be able to begin to raise traction for VCs investments? Because most of the VCs you find around, you hardly find them doing seed round. You hardly find them doing pre-seed. So most of them would want to do seed round and the rest. So what's your advice?
Bello, 20 seconds. Brian, 20 seconds. Just one sentence. How do they go about it? One sentence.
In 20 seconds is too small for me, but I'll go straight to the point. You see everything you see in this world, as you even define it, the pre-seed, that is family and friend level. A venture capitalist that you really call a venture capitalist will never come to your business at that level. The pre-seed is for you, your friend, and the people around you who will be able to gather funds and start your business.
Thank you, Bello. Brian, do you have anything to say? Just one sentence? If your family and friends, if they don't believe in your business, oh boy, that business gets CBO.
All right. What I would say is that you need clarity of vision. And I keep talking about bringing something that is compelling. You see, if you have something that is compelling and the motivation is not necessarily to make money, but to solve problems, you attract people naturally to yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You want to say something, sir?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
second,
I
sir.
think there are funding sources for grants. You understand? Grants can fund your ideas. I know that Tenyo Lumelu gives out $5,000 if your idea is validated by their team. I know that Niato Protocol can give up to $50,000. There's so much grant out there that can put money in your idea at that early stage.
Thank you so much.
Let me say something. This is very important. I talked about clarity of vision and the compelling passion to solve problems. This idea of having a beautiful idea and chasing grants around does not work. That's why people get frustrated. You see, this is not a training, but I hope that you can begin to give more attention to developing yourself and understanding how the world works. Nobody is keeping money somewhere, looking for somebody who is looking for money to give it to him. But when people are committed to solving problems in their generation, there is a way this clarity commands attention to you. Listen, people have raised funds through a Facebook page or Twitter. Is that serious? And there are people chasing grounds for 10 years who's got nothing. It's not just about looking for Tony Lumelo or the rest of them to say, I've got something. If you will commit to really solving problems, you're going to make a lot of difference in the world.
Thank you so much. So, guys, I think we'll have to wrap it up here. We should wrap up now. Does anybody have any serious question? You have a question? Then you go down now. So we're wrapping up now. Thank you so much, Mr. Brian. Mr. Brian is still on compelling value proposition. Chuta has told us, he has given us 4 things, and Bello has told us that if you don't know how to swim, if they confer the PhD on you of swimming, if you enter the pool, you will drown. So you must learn how to swim before you take on the PhD of swimming. So by and large, a lot has been said here. So you can go and check on the recap. Thank you so much, guys, and do have a wonderful day. Please put your hands together, all of them. I think there's... Hello, Mr. Brian.
Okay, so please, can you make it up to the stage? Let's have pictures with them. The CEO of Fintech Association, is he around? Okay, he's not here, so we'll just... Thank you so much. A round of applause for them as they go back to their seats, please. This was quite an exciting panel. I love to talk about investments. If you know you have money and you have spare cash to play around with, I think the VC space is something you should look into. It might be a retirement package for you on the long run. And if you are here and you have a family, you know, maybe your family is very, very extravagant when it comes to finance. Don't mind me, please. If your family has a pool of funds somewhere, and maybe your father or somebody close to you in the family happens to control that fund, tell the person we need to start looking into setting up a syndicate. Let me tell you something. Africa, like there was a question he asked about pre-seed. A lot of times, I went through that with my company and my co-founders. A lot of times, no VC will give you money when you're in pre-seed. And it is these Nigerian-based syndicates or maybe small angel investors. You can come together as people who have a pool of funds, put it together, and start looking for this kind of small companies here. And the good part about it is you'll be the first persons to take a chance on that company and before the bigger VCs come in at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you again, Mr. Paul and the rest of the panelists from that session. So yeah, we'll be doing some product pitches now. I don't know if health tech, now PX, I think that's what I have here. If they're around, get ready. Intel Fort. Okay, so Intel Fort, if you're ready, you can come up stage and do your product pitch. Now PX, you're next after them. So.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, rather. So, my name is Princess. I'm from Intofort, a data analytics and AI firm located based here in Lagos. This is such a wonderful opportunity to be here. Everyone has been talking for the past couple of days, on technology, and here we just want to show our data analytics value proposition based, focused on building a data-driven organization for the next normal that we are facing, a data-driven organization in a digital area. So like I mentioned before, over the past couple of days, we've heard and learned so many things regarding technology, not just finance here, fintech, but edtech, health tech, and different areas of human endeavor. However, there's a core factor that drives all these that hasn't really been dwelt much upon, which is data. Okay. So which is data, and everything that we do right now, the world is changing. Everyone here right now, it's very glaring that the world you were born in, the world that you grew up in is totally different from the one you're living in right now. Yeah, and so every day we are experiencing new things. Everything is being powered, by technology. And data is the language of this era that we are in going forward, which is being produced at an astronomical rate. It's continually produced, I think it says that every single person produces 1.7 megabytes of data per second. And in a day, the world generally produces about 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. So some of you have heard quintillion. I was also shocked when I heard it, and that's like 2.5 with 18 zeros behind it. That is the volume of data that is being produced on a daily basis in the world. Now, how we generate, manage, interpret data is the very substance of our existence as individuals and organizations. And an organization's growth, its success, its profitability, its effectiveness as well is predicated on this data. Everything that we are driving, all the technological advancement that we're looking at is based on, data. Now, the thing is, the very nature of data in itself poses some inherent challenges and opportunities, especially here in Africa where we have a dearth of skills, but that is a narrative that is, being changed. There's been a dearth of capacity to tap into what data has to offer. A lot of us have heard, data is the new oil. Yes, crude oil, but crude oil in its raw state is useless unless you are able to refine it, mine it, use it, and bring out things out of it. And that's just the same thing here with data. So in order to make strategic decisions, data-driven decisions, certain skills and technologies are required to make the available data, whether it's internally generated by your organization or externally sourced, in order to make it useful so that you can derive, real insights from it to drive your organization. Now, this is why we are here at Intofort to help you to do that. So one of the, our understanding of, Okay, why this isn't working? So our understanding here of, the challenges that any data-driven organization, not just for fintech or the financial industry, but an organization moving forward into the next normal, in order is to be sustainable, and to scale. Because no matter how established or big you are, you still have to, you still have to scale and move on. And two challenges is, reaching scale and profitability, as well as, building a robust corporate governance, robust corporate governance foundation to ensure that your growth is sustainable. All that we are doing, to retrace what I said, is premised on data. Most of the data that is produced, as large as it is, quintillion and all that, more than 90% is digital. Those that are even like manual or analog are being converted into digital, data. So building and sustaining a digital business requires the ability to leverage data as a business advancement tool, because it plays a significant role in an organization's performance across whether customer satisfaction, product development, customer engagement, and even operational effectiveness. It's a very critical tool. It's a very, very critical tool. So part of what we do, what we as an organization do at Intelford, is to help provide, end-to-end solutions. So we are not coming here to give you tidbits or half and half. We are here to help you from the point of data strategy to the standardization of your data. The data as an organization that you are collecting, is it complete? Is it accurate? Are you collecting what will be useful, that when you want to derive insights from, you're going to get real insights that you can make real decisions with, all the way to consolidation of that data. We have externally sourced data all over the place. Your own organization's data, how is it being, managed? Whether in the cloud, we've had that conversation already, or locally, or half and half as an hybrid option based on some industries that have to deal with regulatory frameworks. Is all of that being considered? Having your data in a location, in a location that it's available for you to be able to work upon, and such that you can then do whatever manipulation or analytics that you want to do on it, including AI, creating models that help you to be able to predict what your customers want, to be able to identify trends in your industry, with your customers, with even your own employee, generally, basically, to be able to do all of that. And also, for you to also have all of this in reports that are easily accessible, reports that are clear, reports that you can see what is really going on in your organization, part-time, in real time, not yesterday's information today, but today's information today, and you're seeing all of that. So we help to, take you through this entire, it's a journey really, for legacy organizations that are already established. Many of them, for example, have their data in a physical location, and they're looking to move, and as part of their sustainability and drive to scale up, to move probably to the cloud. And then for fintechs, startups that are coming, that are going to be putting their information and all of that on, the cloud. It's a journey. It's not a one-off process, and we're here to take you through. So what we also do beyond giving you all of this is giving you a support system that involves, monitoring, training, handholding, to take you through, and customizing it based on your need part-time, so that ab initio, or at whatever level you are able to begin to put the necessary structures in place that will enable you to grow and be ready for the future that we are going into. So, and all of this has a lot of benefit that I have mentioned prior to this time. Part of it is your increased market share, the ability to make data-driven decisions. We are not guessing in the dark. We are not talking about things because you think that is how it's supposed to be like. You're able to make strategic decisions because you are receiving real-time insights. You are able to pivot. Your business is agile because that's part of the common buzzwords now. But are you really what you're talking about? You know, so there are so many benefits from being a data-driven organization, and we cannot even just talk about all of that here. But the point that I want everybody to take note of is the fact that everything that we're going to be doing going forward is premised on it. You don't want to be caught snoozing. You know, time and money are your scarcest resources, and you want to make sure that you are allocating them in the highest impact areas. Data reveals that impact, and with data, you can bring more science to your decisions. Now, this isn't just me saying it because, hey, who knows in Telford? But this is the words of Mark Trufalo, the Chief Marketing Officer at Vapor.io, that is just letting you know that you really can't go anywhere or do anything without data. So I hope at least this has been able to help you, to give you an idea. All that you want to do is available. All that you want to do is possible and feasible, and we are here to help you through. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
It was very timely, and so I'll be calling on the next company, and the name is NowPX. NowPX, are you available? Okay, please make it to the stage for your presentation. Thank you. Okay, it's coming already.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, my name is Oluseye Oyeni. I'm CEO of NowPX. We are a Fintech. We're based in Lagos, Nigeria. We've been working on this project for about 5 years, and we've done a lot of good in Nigeria and every other part of the world. Basically, our mission is to bring quality health on the go. Health is the general need of everybody, male, female, young, old. And so it's not something that someone has to promote. Everyone needs basic health. In Nigeria, our situation is just specific and just unique in the sense that getting quality health is supposed to be a norm, but it's somehow not a norm, especially for the upcoming community. So what do we do at NowPX? NowPX is ensuring that you have optimal awareness in the light of prevailing infectious diseases that we have. If I were in a very saner community, I would not be talking about some infectious diseases and some diseases that are supposed to be non-existent. But here in our climate, they still exist. Malaria still kills people in millions So we understand the fact that there is increased health consciousness in the populace, especially occasioned by the COVID scenario that brought everybody to sit at home. And that made us to understand the fact that we need to bring quality health to the people in their homes. We need to bring quality health to them at their doorstep. We need to bring it to them at their convenience. And that's why we created the problem. That's why we created the platform. That's the problem. So the solution, please. Okay, like I said earlier, because we need quality health and we need it at wherever we are, in our office, in our homes and every other thing, NowPX ensures that because I'm in the quest to get quality health, I'm not compromising my privacy or someone else's privacy because they need quality health. So not everybody wants to go to the nosy neighborhood or the nosy pharmacy or clinic or hospital. Some people don't have time, others have time, but they don't want people understanding their health issues. So they need it to be brought to their homes or to their workplace in their privacy at a very fair price. And that's done through our website and our apps. You log into our website, you order for whatever drugs you need, and our app will be coming up soon, and we deliver to your doorstep or your homes or your stores, wherever location you like. Of course, you make your payments using your debit cards, transfers, or delivery at whatever doorstep you have. We are moving forward with our vans and delivery bikes. The vans we deliver to resellers, because we're not just delivering to products, to patients, we're also going to be delivering to resellers. There are many resellers of drugs that they are plain professionals. They are pharmacists, they are doctors. They don't want to be involved in the logistics problem of Lagos, bad roads in Lagos, or anywhere in Nigeria. They don't want to be involved with the problem of the Kumbaso problem in Idumota or Onisha Market. They don't even want any Agberu or conductor disturbing them because they need to get drug. And they are very busy. Their fleet is busy. It's not every time you need to send drivers going up with your fleet. You are managing inventory, you are managing salaries of your patients, of your staff. Then adding the problem of procuring drugs is another problem. So we solve that problem for the resellers by allowing them to order on our platform, and we deliver to their stores. We've been doing that for about 5 years. We've done it to about 100 resellers. We've sold over $200,000 worth of products, and we've been doing so many goods. We have a lot of competitors. We are not the only one in this space. We have MedServ, we have My Medicine, we have Drug Stock, we have M-Pharma, we have RX. But the thing about the market is that because health is a genuine need, the market is very big. Pharma market in Nigeria alone is about $2.5 billion, and it's a very growing market. There are emerging cases that are not just even for treatment of infections that people go to the pharmacy for, rather than go to the average places for. Wellness is one of it. Those are another part of the emerging areas that we've been seeing. People rather purchase some of their health wellness products from the pharmacy because they don't want to go through the side effects that you get from buying it from somebody that is not health conscious. So you rather buy it from a health conscious platform. And that's why we are good to go. All right. So the basic diseases of Nigeria, which our solutions are possibly cured. Malaria is not supposed to be something we're talking about in 2022, but I don't know, in very large parts of Lagos, Nigeria, malaria is still a very important disease. It still kills people, as simple as it looks. So on our platform, we do over $1 million in sales of many of these products. Even infectious diseases like the typhoid and normal STDs that everybody takes for granted are still very important. STDs are not just for infection. Some of them go as far as infecting people and affecting people's productivity, homes, security of the homes, conception, and things like that. Same with sexual health development, conception, security of the homes, and every other thing. Then fatigue, workplace stress, for we that are very busy. Our platform provides supplements, blood tonic, and pain relievers that cures that. In recent time, we've been having cases of cancer patients, even HIV/AIDS patients. We understand the fact that federal government and Lagos State government have HIV programs, even tuberculosis programs, but there are still private people that don't want to participate in public healthcare programs and face the problem of, while I was in Nigeria Institute of Medical Research, I attended to a lot of HIV/AIDS patients, many of them in the military, many of them in private space. But there are some that just want that private care. They don't want anybody knowing about their cases. So our platform will be dealing with that. Our revenue, okay, this is our forecast actually. Our forecast for first year, we hope to earn about 500 million. We've already earned about 50 million in the first 2 years. So we hope to earn about 500 million after we get a new round of funding. And for our expenses, they include our tax here, and then we hope to have about 30% profit because we are actually forecasting that we get 30% on our margin excluding our taxes and our operations, salaries, and the likes. Okay. So like I said about the market size, about $2.5 billion, and our key propositions are privacy. We understand the fact that there's a drug pharmacy in your street, there's a clinic in your neighborhood, but if you want privacy, you want promptness, you want excellent logistics, assurance of quality, contact our platform. So our target audience, about 1 million pharmaceutical wholesalers. Nigeria is a very big market. A lot of people are in the pharmaceutical business. Those that are health conscious, those that are not. Those that are literate, those that are not. Those that care about quality, those that do not. But out of those pharmaceutical wholesalers and retailers, our company ensures that you get the quality. Nigeria has about 200 million population, and a lot of people are urban. Every youth now, everybody uses a mobile phone now. So the urban culture is growing. We are becoming more tech savvy. And that's why many people want to embrace the urban platform. From Uber for our transportation to Jumia for our shopping needs, foods, and even tickets. So because people do that a lot online, shopping for their drugs is just a simple act that is not really different. Like I said earlier, we processed orders from over 200 resellers at value of over 150 million naira. And we've received 9 million naira from Tekedia Capital based in the United States in February 2022. We deployed that in our key IRs in our mini office setup. And, all right. So we'll be looking forward to raising about 164 million naira for 20% equity before Q4 2022. And for our warehousing, it will be deployed for our warehousing, for our vans, for our advertising, because a lot of people would rather bear the pain of healthcare. Instead of them going out to get this treatment, they will bear the pain in their closets. And many people die. I was surprised. My own aunt still died of malaria a few months ago. And this is somebody that is rich enough. She has a building in Lagos. She has children all over the world. But because they would rather go to do different things. So we'll be deploying that for logistics. We'll be deploying it to our warehouse. We'll be deploying it to more product inventory. We're actually facing challenges. We are turning down lots of orders because we cannot meet up with that order because we don't have inventory. So these are expected returns on investments for our new investors. And so we thank you for listening. Okay.
Thank you so much. I believe that's the team. So you can have a look at them.
And so for those who want to contact us, our address is in Ikeja, and our email address is there. You can also chat us if you want to order for drugs.
It will be showing on the screen. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. So if you want to reach out to them, you want to get more information about them, please, he will be somewhere around, so reach out to him, and you'll know more about their products. You know, health is really important. And there's something, if you know that you're in the medical space, I currently advise one startup. They're in the blockchain medical space. Like I said, the blockchain technology can play in a whole lot of industry. You just need to know how to apply it. Thank you very much. Without wasting time, I'm going to call on our next, activity, and the next company that is going to be speaking to us. They are giving us a keynote. Binance, one of the largest, in fact, the largest volume traded crypto exchange in the world, one of their personnel will be coming on stage to speak to us. And also, Binance will be doing a giveaway today. Yes, let's eat Binance money. They have money, so we have to eat their money today. So at their booths, they will be doing a giveaway. after his speech, before you leave today, just try to make sure you go to their booth. I think there are some activities they will tell you to carry out, and you qualify for their. They have money, so make sure you try to collect the money. You can make it to the stage, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I have 10 minutes. Let's make it count. My name is Adejuwon Yebanjo. I lead business development for Binance Pay in Africa. Before I go into my product-led discourse for today, I want to play a very short game. And I'm going to be posing 3 questions at you guys in the audience. If you are confident enough and you know that you have the correct answers to my question, I have a personal crypto gift to give you. The first question, listen attentively. First question, how old is Binance? Second question, what is the name of Binance's CEO? Full name, no abbreviation. The third question, list 5 cryptocurrencies, 5 popular cryptocurrencies. If you are confident enough, the first person to get here with the correct answers, you get my crypto gift. Please come. Please clap for him. Give the gentleman a round of applause. Yes, please. Do I get a mic or something? Is that a mic? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay. Binance is 5 years old. The CEO is Champion Shao.
Right.
Champion Shao. Okay, we call him CZ, Champion Shao. And the
5 cryptocurrencies, 5 popular ones.
Binance, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Axie Infinity, hold on, TRC20, TRC20.
What's TRC20?
Tron, and BNB. Thank you.
Fantastic. What's your name, sir? A round of applause for RBFX. So let's see after now. Thank you, guys. My name is Adejuwon again. So today, my conversation with you guys is essentially product-led. I'm going to tell you about 2 things. One, about Binance. The second, about Binance Pay. Of course, what kind of salesman would I be if I don't tell you the product that I sell, right? So, sorry. The question I want to ask you guys is, what is the next phase? What is the next phase of payment? Or what is the next phase of value exchange? Basically, what is the next phase of payment? As obvious as the questions may seem, there are so many answers to it, but I can give you a few pointers, that you can find foundation in, right? The next phase of payment will be entirely cashless. We will no longer deal with physical cash. Secondly, intermediaries will cease to exist. It would knock off all intermediaries. You will be able to deal with the last mile party, as at the time you are doing the transaction. It will be borderless. There will be no brick and mortar. There will be no walls. And borderless also means it can go as far as the extreme end of the earth. Fourthly, it will be inclusive. Unlike what we have, in the traditional finance today, where we are always, postulating policies to include everybody. The next phase of payment will be all-inclusive. Anyone and everyone will be able to join the bandwagon. Number 5, it will be extremely cheap. So cheap that it will be brain-boggling, essentially. Really, really cheap. Now, on the back of this, I'm going to introduce to the Binance ecosystem. So Binance is the largest blockchain promoter in the world, where every day we are building and continually building, not just the future of payment, but also value-added solutions, solutions that are lifestyle-enabling, solutions that are mainstream, which we have layered on the blockchain, right? And Binance has gone just beyond being a cryptocurrency exchange to being one that has started investing in education. We are very big on building communities, right? And then we have quite a number of features within our ecosystem that any other person, the regular Joes like myself and yourself can interact with. Binance Pay is one of those features. It's the payment arm of Binance. We have the Binance Earn, where you can save in crypto and earn and get your interest in crypto. We have Binance NFTs and a whole lot of other products. As a matter of fact, I don't have so much time, so we might not be able to delve much into all of these features, but anytime after now, you can engage with us at our booth, right, where we can talk more about the different opportunities that there are in the Binance ecosystem. So yeah, again, this is it's very needless to say, Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. We are the leading cryptocurrency exchange in the world by most metrics, by user base, by volume, by value, by footprint. And we are still doing more. I'm sure you must have heard about us. All right. Again, we thought that we are the most compliant cryptocurrency exchange in the world. The most compliant in terms of licenses, because we have come to understand that for us to go really mainstream, we have to be seen to participate, in regulatory processes. As it stands today, Binance has over 20 plus licenses across different corridors where we operate in, and we are still adding to that list as our footprints grow. Sorry, guys. I see. So then what is Binance Pay? This is my field. This is what I sell. This is my bread and butter, right? So Binance Pay essentially was formed on the back of demand from the crypto natives, the people who are die-hard crypto fans. They want to do everything in their lives with crypto. They started requesting for crypto payments, and then we went ahead to create something within Binance ecosystem called Binance Pay, right? Just so that big brands that you are familiar with, that I'm familiar with, right, can also cater to that niche of customers who are particularly very interested in making crypto payments. So essentially, Binance Pay is a wallet solution that allows retail users and businesses to pay and get paid in crypto, right? Wholly crypto, right? And then any business that partners with us today is exposed to the crypto native community that we have built, helping you to find leverage for growth, helping you to deepen your reach. You can also sell with the lowest transaction fees. On Binance Pay, the fees are insanely cheap compared to traditional payment methods that we have today that can go as high as 4%, 5%. Binance Pay is extremely cheap. And the third point, payment and settlement are instant. Binance Pay allows customers, to pay you in over 70 plus cryptocurrencies, and then you get settled in a stablecoin. For the benefit of those who don't know what a stablecoin is, stablecoins are cryptocurrencies that are backed by fiat. There's a fiat position being held somewhere. So it means that 1 unit of a stablecoin equals to 1 unit of USD. So Binance takes away the volatility associated with those 70 plus cryptocurrencies that your customers can pay you in and settles you in stablecoin. So here, for business persons here, if you want to get on board with Binance, you can scan this QR code, or you can visit the URL merchant.binance.com. For good measure, merchant.binance.com. And for the retail users like yourself and myself, Binance users allows you to be able to manage all your crypto payments within one vantage point, right? You can send money to friends, families, and businesses across the world, all within your Binance app. And then it gives you freedom to choose how you want to pay. So if I have Ethereum, for example, I have Bitcoin, for example, and I need to send USD or USDT to Mr. Abe, for example, I can pay with my Ethereum, pay with my Bitcoin, and Mr. Abe gets USDT, which he can then convert, to local fiat, or he appropriates it however he deems fit. So these are some of the use cases that we have brought to life with Binance Pay. Today, you can order rides on Binance Pay within your Binance app. If you want to leave from here to home and you need to order Uber or something, you can get it on Binance app. Sorry. I think I must have jumped. So this is another use case. So for those that want to do bulk payouts of crypto payments, you want to pay salaries, you want to pay discount rewards and whatnot, Binance Pay is the solution for you. Essentially, we are bringing to life so many use cases. So these are just some of the use cases that we have brought to life so far. And then you can buy digital goods, mobile top-up with crypto. You can buy data, airtime, gift cards, and whatnot with Binance Pay. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will be very interested in this. Binance Pay has created an ecosystem where we have quite a number of users. Like I mentioned earlier, we are the largest crypto exchange in the world, right? We have a lot of customers. So we have also created a marketplace where we can list you as a service, right? People can always, you create an extra access point into the services that you offer on the Binance platform, Binance Marketplace. So essentially, if you do have a listing on Binance Marketplace, people don't have to leave their Binance app to engage with the services that you offer. They can engage with your products, your offers, and pay for it within the Binance app. The good thing is that it exposes you to all of these people worldwide. So your customers will no longer be local. You'll be operating on a global level. Please follow us on social media at Binance Africa on Twitter, at Binance Africa _ Instagram. We are Binance Africa on both YouTube and on Facebook. After now, please feel free to engage with us at the booth. We have a giveaway currently on. Sorry, my time is a bit, I'm a bit short on time. We have a giveaway currently going on. Please endeavor to visit our booth, not just to come for a giveaway, also come to explore ways that we can partner, on the different products and services and all the opportunities that you can leverage on within the Binance ecosystem. Thank you. It's been a honor. Thank you so much.
Another round of applause for them, please. So remember, Binance giveaway at the booths. They have money. I'm saying it again. Make sure you take part in that giveaway. Thank you so much for that presentation. And also, Binance does some Binance Labs. So for people who are looking for investments, just go and surf around there. They have Binance Education. If you are new to the space, you want to learn more, they have what they call Binance Education also. So Binance Academy, go and look at it. By the grace of God, they did some investments in my company also. So they are trying to help the African ecosystem. Not help, I don't like to use that word help, impact in the African ecosystem. So I'm going to call on another company. I think they are in the agriculture space. I hope they are around. Roro Agritech. Are you guys around? Okay. Okay, he's trying to mic up. And so I hope we're enjoying ourselves. I hope we're getting value. If you are enjoying what you're listening to, can I see hands up? Can I see hands up? Okay, and if you're new in the space, if this is your first time really understanding and grasping a lot of terminologies and things you've heard about crypto, I hope we've been able to decipher and break down all of those things. Sit back. There's still a lot coming. We have, for the ladies, we have a panel that is for you, for women. And I'm somebody who I'm very passionate about bringing in more women into the industry. So just sit back, relax. We have another panel that's just centered around women. So let's give him a round of applause as he makes his way to the stage. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abdulkadir Gambo, and I am the founder and CEO of Roro Agritech. So Roro Agri-Technology is a technology company that we just launched last year after getting so many problems in agriculture, from production to processing to storage and marketing. So we found out that there are very significant problems that needs to be very, very much addressed through technology. So next please. Next slide. So this is our subsidiaries. The first thing is urban farming. Urban farming is a system whereby we integrate farming into like vertical farming. We try as much as we can to, integrate urban farming in agriculture. So this road is a channel whereby we distribute agri-produce from farmers to consumers. Irrigation system, storage system, and consultancy. This is what we do. Please, next slide. So why food is expensive in Nigeria? The first thing is that through the irrigation, about 2.5 million liters of water is consumed during irrigation in just 1 hectare of land. Second thing is fertilization and pesticide. Third thing is access to market and poor logistics. So there are the access to market for farmers is very, very poor in Nigeria, and the logistics is poor, and we all know why logistics is actually poor. Due to we have bad routes in Nigeria. So the fourth thing is poor storage system. Our storage system is not is very, very bad, especially for the perishable products. Then the fifth thing is high labor cost. So we all know that in Nigeria, we are still a third country, third country, and we don't have that much technology in terms of labor. So we still use hand, shovel, and what it takes, to farm. Instead of all those other countries like in Europe, Asia, they don't use human labor. They consume very, very much less human labor because they all have the machineries, understand? And the third thing is cost of fuel. So next slide, please. So seedlings, we distribute seedlings to our farmers, and the main problem in seedlings is that out of the seedlings that we have in Nigeria, 40% of the seedlings is not giving what is expected. The seed yield is only 60% due to because we have poor seedlings in Nigeria. Countries who produce these seeds, like in Australia and that's New Zealand, they produce these seeds and they have 100% yield from these seeds. But whenever they bring it to Nigeria, the yield will be about 50% or 60%. That's why we have a very, very low yield seed. So we have our partners in the seed industry from ABU, Shika, IATA, and Premium Seeds, where we distribute new seeds to our farmers every season. Next slide, please. So this Roll-This. Roll-This is a distribution channel that we connect thousands of farmers we connect thousands of farmers to markets. Yes. So actually, one of the main problems in the farming industry is that all those farmers, they have a very, very low access to consumers, especially if I could remember during the lockdown. During the lockdown, most of the farmers lost about, I think, around 1 billion naira of farm produce were lost due to poor access to farmers. So Roll-This is just a business-to-business model whereby we connect these farmers to consumers, maybe at the markets, restaurants, and hotels. So people used to ask, why is it that we don't have application or websites where individuals can just buy these products from the farmers? Yes, as you all know, 90% of these farmers are, they are kind of like not literate like we are. So integrating these farmers into the ecosystem of technology will actually take a lot of time, and just developing an app or website whereby you can buy agri-produce that's not the right time for that, you understand? So we are trying as much as we can in the future. We develop that system whereby individuals can buy fresh produce direct from the farms. So next slide. Please, next. So this is a simple pattern of how we connect the farmers and buyers in the market. So usually the farmers actually, whenever they produce this product, so they have to send it straight down maybe to Maltov market to sell this product. So after they send it, they sell it, and then they will pay them the money. So what we do is that we connect them with the buyers. We Roll-This, we connect them with the buyers, and when the driver arrives at maybe the farm or the store or anywhere it is, So they confirm the product and they pay them instantly to their account. And then the driver takes the product to the market. So next, please. Yes. So, you know, these farmers, most of them, you know, most of the farmers we have in Nigeria, around 30 million farmers, don't have what it takes to understand the basic system of technology. So we only access the farmers through SMS, phone calls, and anytime they need payments, then we make their payments through USSD. And we also do send these farmers weekly prices of the agri-produce in the market every week. Next. So, and this irrigation system that we offer to our farmers, so these are the products that save the farmers labor and costs. And our main aim is to eliminate the overhead costs and to reduce water consumption in the market. So, actually, as I said before, around 2.5 million liters of water is consumed for every 1 hectare for around 4 months in the farming system. But we do sell this solar irrigation system. This solar irrigation system actually helps these farmers to irrigate their farms without the consumption of fuel, which makes it, which supports the green energy revolution that we are currently having around the world. And we also sell the farmers a drip irrigation system. So drip irrigation system, compared to the normal irrigation system, consumes about 300,000 liters of water per hectare throughout the farming period, instead of 2.5 million liters. Next. So this is our product that we have with the vertical farming system. It comprises of agriculture, poultry, and horticulture. Yes, which works in developing the agri sector. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for him, please. Don't mind me. If you have passion for agriculture, and you can also reach out to him, so you get to know what they are doing. And they are also, I'm very passionate about the blockchain. So whenever I see an industry, I like to say, oh, the blockchain. But don't mind me, I don't like to chase push bubbles or hypes. Yeah, but there are platforms in Nigeria that are currently pushing to bring in solutions for farmers that can bring value to farmers on agriculture. So yeah, if you're passionate about agriculture and you may have 1 or 2 ideas looking for ways to apply technology to agriculture, you can explore something on the blockchain side and also anything tech that goes to. So yeah, ladies, are we excited? Ladies, are we excited? We have come to the edition. I'm very passionate about the ladies, so my fellow men, sorry about that. So I'm going to make welcome the amazing panelists for the women in blockchain panel. And I want you guys to really pay enough attention, because I know 1 or 2 of the panelists, they are really pushing a lot for women. And the first person on that panel is on the person of Shamira Akbar. I don't know if she's around. Okay. And we have Francisca. Shima Abga is the founder and co-founder of Iconic Technology. And also Francisca Olise Nwafo, if you're around, founder and CEO of Coin Rate Cap. Please make it up to the stage. Thank you. Thank you. A round of applause as she walks majestically up our stage. This is the first lady to come up the stage. And we have Sarah Idahosa. If you have heard the word before, DeFi, decentralized finance. So she's pushing a lot around women in DeFi. We have a very amazing guy. He has one of the largest communities in the crypto space. I'm jealous of him. We're talking to these beautiful ladies. So let's make welcome Mr. Samuel Oladokun. He's the moderator for this panel, and he's the founder of Navena Academy. Yes, I would have loved to call the other name that we know him as. But let's leave that name for crypto Twitter streets. You're welcome, sir. So yeah, let's just pay attention. So Shamira Akbar is going to be joining us virtually. So just listen to the panel as a start. Thank you very much.
Hello. Okay. Good day, everybody. Hello, everybody. Okay. My name is Olaoyenikon Samuel Oladokun. Oladokun, which means wealth as vast as the ocean. And for those who don't know me by that name, I'm also called Zeus the Great. It's nice having you all here. It's nice having you guys here. Can you use your mic?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I want you to actually introduce yourself and what you do in this space.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Francisca Olisanwafo. I'm the founder and CEO of CoinRateCap. What we do in CoinRateCap is mostly coin listing and NFT, and as well as we have an advanced tool for scanning cryptocurrency security for those of you that invest in cryptocurrency. So we always advise people to check for all this information. So what the tool does is that it scans the smart contracts of that particular token and give you information about that token. It's going to break it down for you, both the liquidity, both the information about honeypot. You must have heard about honeypot. So it breaks down all those information. So those are the basic things that we do. And we just launched our academy, that's BCM, for those that want to get into cryptocurrency and learn about cryptocurrency. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. So can you introduce yourself, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Idaosa, and I'm the founder of the Women in DeFi community. Women in DeFi is a female-led community that educates females about the blockchain technology. And we're majorly focused in decentralized finance, but not just decentralized finance is our major focus, but we have other areas like basically equipping females with the skills they need to thrive in the Web3 space. So we're not just educating these women by just teaching them what is blockchain or this is what the blockchain does. We're also equipping them with skills that they need if they say they want to go further to work in a blockchain firm, like let's say like content writing and basically community management skills and so many other skills that would help them thrive in this space. Thank you.
Amazing. Is Shamira joining us? Shamira, are you there?
Hello.
Shamira, can you introduce yourself and what you do?
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I said, can you introduce yourself and what you do?
Okay. My video coming up. Okay. Hi, my name is Shamira Akbar. I'm an entrepreneur. I ventured into different industries, and what I can say is that I find technology the most fascinating because of the opportunities it offers for us to shape our world for the better. I find that my Iconic Technologies, we are a managed service provider in technology, and on cybersecurity?
I can't, you are not audible enough, Shamira, but I'm going to circle back to you. Thank you. Francisca, so over to you. How would you rate women participation in the blockchain space?
Okay, thank you. Blockchain space basically is booming, and I must say that. Let me start with in Web 3 and Web 2. In Web 2.0, I know most of us, in case you don't know what Web 2.0 is, more of like what we have PayPal, where we have a middle person. You know, when you want to transact, there must be a middle person, you know, to do the transaction. Like we have the Facebook, PayPal, and some other banks there. So you find out that in Web 2.0, a lot of women did not partake in tech generally. But when we get into Web 3.0, which brought about blockchain, the blockchain brought with itself freedom that got a lot of women interested in. Imagine having the ability to be able to do your transaction, manage your own finance freely, you know, because of the decentralized nature of blockchain. So a whole lot of women started participating in blockchain. Let me give you an instance of how I got to know about blockchain. I got to know about blockchain by accident. And one thing that really got me inspired the most is that freedom. Easily to, you know, manage your finances, and at the same time do across the border payments without any problem. So a whole lot of things. All these things made a lot of women get into blockchain. Apart from, you know, the viral sensitization, is the qualities of blockchain that got a lot of women to participate. So I must say that in blockchain, a lot of women are now into blockchain, the technology itself, compared to in Web 2.0. Thank you.
Thank you. I would attest to that point you just made. For me, the Web3 space has actually brought me freedom in my finance, in creativities, in innovation, and like so much more. So I would say I get you deeply. Sarah, over to you. Would you say the blockchain space is friendly to women?
Okay, I'm sorry. You said if the blockchain space is friendly to women. Now, the truth is, the blockchain is not sexist, for a start. The blockchain does not know your gender. The blockchain doesn't care if you're male, if you're female, if you're trans or whatnot. The blockchain is a technology, and it's expected that everyone should participate in the technology. Like, I would say, like, maybe the right question should be, like, maybe why females are not so much aligned with the blockchain. Because statistics have showed that 95% of the participants in the blockchain technology are actually males. So for me, I would say the reason why we don't have so many females in the space is because, like, most females already have the mentality that when it comes to blockchain, when it comes to higher technology, it's basically for the guys. And that's why you see that most of them, they do not want to participate in it. But the truth is, from what I have observed, when ladies have now done their own research, because women, before we would want to participate into something or put our money into something, we would want to do our own research and find out the people that have made money from it. And the truth is, we all love money. Like, when we've seen that, oh, okay, this girl is doing this thing and she's making money from it, you find out that, oh, this other lady, because we love money, we also want to participate in it so we can also make money from it. So basically, the blockchain is not sexist. It is friendly to everybody. It's just a matter of time before you find, like, before we get so many more women participating in it, just like the male folks.
Okay, one more question. Women in DeFi is so much about education, right? How important do you think education is in the blockchain space?
Now, bringing it down to education, it's not just for the females, I'm sorry. It's actually for everyone. Education is actually, to me, it's the major factor that is hindering the scaling of the blockchain technology, like in Nigeria, in Africa, in fact, in the world. So, like, I think most people should not just create projects, but but also find ways to onboard more people into the space by educating them. Like education, let's say for example, I am launching a new project today on the blockchain and I want to sell it off to people. The people I'm selling it off to, they first need to know what the blockchain is about. They first need to understand how it works before they can now patronize my project. So education is a very, very important factor which everyone should actually pay attention to, because the moment you are able to educate not just people in school, not just people in classrooms, but people even on the streets, people in the markets, we'll find out that so many more hands, like so many people would participate then in the blockchain technology. Like it would be much more accepted. And not just educating, like I said, not just educating in English, like people that's already educated, like that's already literate. Even the illiterates, like let's go down to them to educate them even in their local language. There are some people that if you speak English for them, because I think the other day someone was trying to explain to me what crypto is, and it was like, cryptocurrency is a digital currency that uses cryptography. And I was like, I'm sorry. Assume I am a market woman. Would you be telling me uses cryptography? Won't you want to explain, like, how do you expect a market woman to know what cryptography is? So we should, like, try to look for the simplest terms, like the simplest ways, even using our local language. There's nothing wrong with using pidgin English to explain to someone what blockchain is all about. So if you even want, and that is also what we're doing at WID, Women in DeFi. We're not just educating those that we can catch like immediately. And that's why we have something called Code Chats and Cocktails, where women in DeFi will go to like various locations outside Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, that everyone already knows that blockchain is already, like blockchain is there. We go to regions like deep down inside Anambra, Enugu, like there was a time we were contemplating going down to the north. Like we're actually working on going to the north, and we'll be having an event soon at Ibadan to go and talk to these people, get people from their own region, from their own place to come and educate them so they can even learn from their own language. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Sarah. I'm also into crypto education, so I understand how important education is in crypto adoption. It's not just enough to teach, in English. Education can be in any form. It can be fun, it can be serious, as long as we get that word out there. Hello? So, Francisca, over to you. The blockchain space is said to be dominated by men. What are some career and business opportunities for women in the blockchain space?
Okay, thank you. Blockchain, there's so many careers women can get into in blockchain space. Okay, I know I've met with several people who talked about the technicality in blockchain and all of that, but what matters is that blockchain can be driven by passion. So if you have passion for it, of course you can be able to handle a lot of things in blockchain. So some of the careers that is in blockchain is we have coding. I code too as a developer. I code. We have coding, and I can tell you that a lot of blockchain developers earn as high as $100 and something thousand yearly. So coding, that's one of the careers. Then we have as a community builder. You can be a community builder. We have a lot of people who are into community building. Those, you must have been seeing them. What do? They go to Facebook, on social media. They do content. They keep on writing content and all of that, and at the same time manage projects. They have their group where they educate those people and all of that. So as a community, you can have a career as a community builder and work for a company or an organization. But before you be a community builder, work for anybody, you need to start, you have to start doing something to show for it, to show why you have to be employed as a community builder, because you can't just come out and say, you can't just come out and start teaching people when you have not even, you can't work for any organization or company when you have not even impacted in other persons. So as a community builder, those are the essential factors that you need to know. And another thing is, we have social media marketing, auditing, We have audits, like we have a lot of auditing companies. You can work as an auditor or you can work for a company. So as an auditor, there are some things that you need to know. You need to understand some programming languages as a crypto auditor or a blockchain auditor. You need to know Solidity, that's for the smart contracts. So you need to know Solidity, you need to know JavaScript, all those information. So you need to have a kind of intermediate knowledge in cybersecurity so that you can, because basically what you do in auditing is auditing the smart contract. Of course, you know what smart contract is all about. Is have something to do with imputing some rules and protocols for one or two persons, to have an agreement on. So you need to audit that smart contract to identify some issues. Okay, let me start by saying this. We've had a lot of scams, especially in DeFi. And I must say that the highest scams that we've had so far is DeFi breach. We've lost more than $3 billion so far since 2022. So some of these projects, what happens is that they do auditing. But another thing is that as you are doing your auditing, you need to keep on auditing to find out some, because as you're building a project, some of these scammers are somewhere out there updating. While you're auditing, you're also updating some information how they can be able to hack into your project. So those are the things you need to know as an auditor. So basically is coding, auditing, legal, can be a legal practitioner, for blockchain and all of that. So those are the essential careers that is available for blockchain space.
Okay. Based on these careers that you just mentioned, do you think women being in communities help them scale faster and source for these opportunities better?
You mean the career? Can you come again, please?
Like these careers and these business opportunities that you just mentioned, do you think women being in communities help them scale faster and source for these opportunities better?
Okay, yeah, it's part of it. It's part of it, of course. If you are, whatever thing you are doing, whatever career you have chosen for yourself, it's very essential that you partake in some communities, contribute in those communities, volunteer in those communities, because it's part of learning. Let's say, for instance, what she's doing, she's impacting in people. In my own way, I'm also impacting in people by building solutions through the web, of course, and at the same time, we have our own group, which, of course, we just launched of recent. So now, if you partake in those communities, volunteer in those communities, is a way of people get to know what you do, you understand? So basically, that is it.
Hi, Shamira. Okay. I think you need to sound up. One question. What inspired you to join the blockchain space?
Well, technology on the whole is my passion, and like many other, for my foray in blockchain, like many others, was through cryptocurrency. And believe it or not, it was actually my assistant that introduced me to it. And I found it quite fascinating. And I had no background before that, and I just did my own research, and then I got onto blockchain. Yeah.
Okay, you are the CEO of Iconic Technologies, correct? What exactly is Iconic Technologies about?
We as managed service provider, we do cybersecurity and web development and software development. That's my holding company. But me personally, I'm an entrepreneur.
Amazing one. Thank you so much. Sarah, let me circle back to you. What are some of the challenges women face in the blockchain space?
Well, I think just like every other career, not like every other industry or sector, not just the blockchain, what people would always say, not me, I am not one of those people, like what people would always say is that females always find, like, they find it difficult to find their voice when they find themselves in a new space. Like the blockchain, for example, yeah, it's this same reason. Let me just say, the reason why Women in DeFi was created was just because of that particular problem. Like here they would say females find it hard to find their voice. This is what I mean. When I learned about the blockchain technology, I think the academy where I learned from back then, we are over 200 students, almost 300 actually, who registered, who learned together. And at the end of the day, I think we had about 10 females who were in that cohort, who were in that session. And we were just 4 females who, like, after the trainings, we were able to, like, say we're actively doing something in the space. And I was like, nah, it's not supposed to be like that. It doesn't work like that. I started asking them, like, one by one, why is it that you are not active on the group? Like, why don't you see anything? Like, when people research about decentralized finance, they research about blockchain products, why don't you contribute? And some will be like, nah, Sarah, the guys on that group, they are too much and they are too hot. They're always, like, very, very active. Before you say, let you drop on thing, one guy has said something. And if you say you should want to ask them a question, they'll be like, what are you doing here and stuff, like, they will make you feel small. So I was like, nah. And aside those responses I got from those people, from my own research that I've done so far, it's actually a problem. Like, most females tend to feel like if they contribute, maybe what they are saying may not make sense because they feel the other folks, like the male folks that are there, they are probably wiser or smarter or they know better. And that is why I personally created Women in DeFi, like, to have a community where females can see their own fellow females who are doing something great in the space, and they would be inspired to want to be a part of it so that they can grow. Because one of the biggest things we always tell our ladies at Women in DeFi is, when you find yourself in a company or in an organization or anywhere, do not feel small. If they are saying A, say B. If one person says one thing, even if you are not sure of yourself, still say it. And before you know it, like, from just bringing yourself out, from always contributing, you find out that most people would, like, pay more attention to you. And before you know it, you're even, like, the spotlight will be on you in that particular corporation. So for me, I think it's the inabilities for females to, like, come out actively and say, oh yes, they are actually doing this. I think there was a time a female made a post on Instagram, one of the biggest female communities we have in Nigeria, the founder. She was like, at the company where she was working before, that she had a very major issue with guys, like how they usually, like, downgrade her. Like, if she says something, they'll be like, what are you doing here? This one is not for you. Like, why will a female like you be dragging with male developers? And most times she always felt small. She was like, it was too much that she had reported to their superiors, but they were not doing anything about it, so she had to leave the company. You get? So I think not just her, there are other females. Like, I have seen companies, I've seen teams where you find 4 guys and just one girl.
Have you ever experienced something like that?
No, I haven't, because, no, I'm not that kind of person, sorry. I'm the type that if I'm doing something and I know I'm doing right, like, I'm doing it right, and you try to put me down, I'm sorry, I'm going to put you back in your place, and I'll make you know that what I am doing is right, and you have no right to come and say, oh, Sarah, keep quiet or something. Like, you can't shut me down when I know that I am doing the right thing. And that is why you see that I am trying my best to make other females, like, do the same thing. But not like you are doing something wrong or you are saying something stupid and you want people to listen. No. Like, always make sure to tell them, learn better, get better at yourself. Like, and for everything you know and you're sure that you're saying the right thing or you're doing the right thing, put yourself out there. Like, the blockchain space, like I said at the beginning, is not a sexist. It doesn't care about your gender. It's a technology that was built for everyone to be an active participant of it. So don't say because you're a female or because they are just guys in the space, you can't say anything. Speak up if you have the opportunity to. Thank you.
Amazing one, amazing one. I actually love ladies in the space. One of my favorite layer 2 blockchains, the Metis blockchain, is actually founded by Elena, a lady, which is amazing. Francisca, same question. What are some of the challenges you think women face in the blockchain space, and how can it be solved?
Okay. A lot of women face some challenges in the blockchain space. Let's say, for instance, choosing the right job, and at the same time, why? Okay, let me start with choosing the right job, okay? a lot of women, let me use myself as an instance. I have always wanted to be a blockchain developer, but my greatest challenge has always been my priorities. And I believe that a lot of people are also facing the same challenges. So what are those priorities? As a woman, you have to take care of the family, right? Take care of your children, your kids. I have 2 kids, 1 toddler and 2-year-old son. So I found out that this passion that I really want to be a top blockchain developer, but my kids, like, I have to wake up early in the morning, make sure my child goes to school, you know. My toddler wakes me, like today, I slept by 4 o'clock a.m. My child woke up by 11:30 a.m. and stayed awake all day. To the extent I almost called Coin News Extra, please, can you cancel? I won't be able to make it today. Yeah, that is it. We have our priorities. Unlike men, you know, wake up, you just go to work and come back and you call your wife. Honey, is the food ready? My husband called me and said, is the food ready? Please, I want to have my breakfast. I said, I was dozing off, you know, while I was bathing the baby, I was dozing off. So all those things. Now, for a woman who slept by 4 o'clock a.m., for instance, let's say for a woman who has a toddler, will you be able to, you know, women can actually curb these challenges is choosing what you feel fits in for you, you can handle in the blockchain space. You don't need to be, or you are managing for someone else's company. There are some things that can come up, maybe security issues or whatever, that really needs your attention that moment. That's when you need to do the job, right? But if you choose another career in the blockchain space that you feel you can handle, you can have a community like my sister here. Of course, she can handle that at her own pace, right? And at the same time, you can be a consultant or a legal practitioner. You can schedule for your consultation with companies, and they pay you for such job roles. You work at your own pace. You won't work under duress. So those are the things I feel that can curb those challenges.
Amazing. I think, you know, more women need to actually see you and hear your story. Finding that balance is not easy. I don't have kids yet. I don't have a wife yet. And this space is taking a toll on me. I'm just imagining me with my job, having 1 child. It's scary. So I think you as a person, your story actually needs to be out there to motivate other women that, okay, you might have a family, you might have, you know, children, but you can still find priority and still do amazing things in this space. And, you know, it's amazing what you're doing. It's amazing what you're doing. Shamira, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Okay, so how would you rate the performance of some blockchain projects founded by women in Africa?
I think that it's quite phenomenal. If you look at, you know, the women like Yaliwe Soko, Imani Ayedi. I know in South Africa, Professor Monica Singer, she's doing some fantastic things in blockchain, and I think it's quite inspiring, even across technology. Well, I've come a long way, and I've had my own challenges as well in terms of it being predominantly male-dominated. However, I do believe, you know, talking about challenges also is that we tend to have this mindset, and we need to change that from the very basic level, and that is from education level, is to change the narrative that it's not manual labor. This year you just need, you know, you just need your own brain skills as such. It's not something that, yes, we are females and we, you know, we get married and we have other, I mean, there are other priorities and we need to find balance. But I feel like there's so much of scope, and being female, it's innate in us to be nurturing, and technology is a key to allowing us to do these things, to make a difference in this world. So, and I feel like compared to 2018 and 2022, we've come a long way. And the women that have stepped on board on blockchain technology as a whole, I think they've made phenomenal differences. And they have inspired me as well. And that's why I went on to opening up a technology company.
Amazing one. Thank you, Shamira. Sarah, over to you. Number one question. Do you think that there's a gender gap in the blockchain space?
Well, personally, I don't think that should be a question because it's obvious. Like, gender gap in sense of numbers, yes. Like,
okay.
In the sense of numbers. Come on, like, if you go on Google to search, I think I've done my own research before, like, not once or twice. Sorry, not twice, rather. I've done it so many times. And I keep seeing 95, is always between 90 to 95% males, like, more than females in the space. So yes, that gender gap is there. But it is not because of the blockchain, I repeat, but it is because of females ourselves. Like, we ourselves, we are the problem. I have to be honest. Like, females tend to, like, they shy away from things that, should I say, is kind of like hard, that's like, something that will have to make us think too much, and that's the truth.
Okay.
Yes, anything that will have to make a woman sit down too much and start thinking of how to solve a particular problem, like just sit down for hours to think, it's always a problem, and that's the truth. And aside that, bringing it down to the, should I say, here in Nigeria, using Nigeria as a case study, the narrative about the blockchain that everyone has is fraud. Let's be honest with ourselves. Aside those who are already educated about it, let's bring it out to, like, outside. A normal female, like someone who is out there, like a normal person, you just ask her, what do you think about the blockchain? First thing she would say is Bitcoin. And when she says Bitcoin, the next thing she'll say is fraud. Trust me, they don't understand. But, like, when you now, like, educate them and let them know, it's not just Bitcoin. Blockchain, on the blockchain, you can be a content writer if you're a writer. On the blockchain, you can bring this skill that you are doing. You can do this for projects like Web3 projects, blockchain projects. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, I really want to learn more about it. You see that they are now interested because you've educated them that on the blockchain, you can do a lot more than Bitcoin, which is what everyone thinks. So I think the gender gap, like, that we have could probably be, or rather not probably, it's more of the education. See, education is a major problem. Like, education scales through so many things. It's actually lack of education is the cause of so many problems we have on the blockchain space. When you let a female know that, oh, these videos that you are making, like you're making videos on TikTok, come on the blockchain and look for projects, because most projects are looking for ways to promote themselves. Yeah. Tell them, oh, you can actually do a creative video for them and stuff. It's still a blockchain work. You work for a Web3 company and you're able to do your own research to see, okay, what are the things that the project needs to, ways you know you can help promote the project and stuff. Your normal TikTok videos that you do in your bedroom that you earn nothing, like you earn absolutely nothing aside likes and views that will not take you to anywhere. When you now start doing it for blockchain products and you start earning money from it, trust me, your other girlfriend who is doing the same thing and she sees that you don't even leave the house, it's the same TikTok that she's doing that you're doing, but you are getting money for it, she would want to learn the same thing because she wants to make that same money that you're making. So yes, there is gender gap on the blockchain.
And you believe that education is that solution?
Yes, I do, strongly.
Amazing. I loved the part where you talked about, different jobs in the space and how people can actually make the most. The truth is, I'm BDR for Wamina Firm, a job agency, and trust me, the normal jobs that you might get pennies for in Web 2 or in day-to-day activities in Web 3, you are being paid in dollars, and is worth a whole lot of money. I don't want to go into details right now, but I know how much, like, my personal graphics designer for Nirvana earns working for other firms out there, and my content creators, my smart contract developers and everything. And in Web 2, they might not earn as much, but in Web 3, they are paid with a global standard. They are not paid because they are Nigerians, but because they have value to share to the space, which is, amazing, by the way. Thank you for that, Sarah. Francisca, over to you. What does the future hold for women in the blockchain space? And do you think we are going to see more women participation?
Okay, thank you. The blockchain space is still booming, and I must say that, let me start by saying it's still evolving, which means that a whole lot of women will still get into the blockchain space through sensitization. So the more we do sensitization, a lot more women will queue into the blockchain space. So what was the last question you asked?
Are we going to see more women participation?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, there will be more women in blockchain space as the space keeps on evolving, because it's still at its infant stage. I must say that blockchain, we are going to see a lot more use cases. At the moment, when you talk about blockchain, people are just here to see it as, oh, it's cryptocurrency. Blockchain is a software. Cryptocurrency, okay, blockchain is a software where the cryptocurrency is the use case. So cryptocurrency, the blockchain is the software behind cryptocurrency. Okay, at the same time, bear it in mind that there are other use cases in blockchain, and that is why you will see a lot more women coming into the space. You use blockchain to store information. That is the key thing about blockchain. It's not just all about using it to do the financial thing. It's used for storage. You can use it for land registry, of course. You can use it in agriculture. You can use it in storage of data and all of that. So as for the fact, I see that it's infant stage, because all we know is all about cryptocurrency as the use case. By the time we start having a lot more use cases, of course in Nigeria, it's just, there are no much use cases in Nigeria. I must say, anyone that's telling you that they are using blockchain and all of that is absolutely a lie. There are no much use cases at the moment, but there are more use cases that are coming up. People are building. A lot of people are building solutions in blockchain. Nigerians are highly talented, and they are building a lot of solutions in blockchain. But like I said, it's still at its infant stage, and it's still evolving. So